Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Gonzalez and in today's video we're going to see the second part of the 8 questions that you have to ask yourself before lighting any space. In the previous video, if you haven't seen it, just you can go and click over here, that is going to appear the video, and you can see the first 4 questions. And in this video we are going to see how just to get the right way with lighting. This is way before of thinking which lamp and bulb to buy. This is for open your mind about the lighting that you want to create in the space that you are designing. So, question number 5. Question number 5. What materials and colors are in the space? This is super important because colors only exist when there is a source of light. Otherwise, everything is black. So this is huge. You have to understand how the colors will interact with light. When you put a light in a space, all of the colors around it will change. And for example, if you have a very orange, brownish room and you put a very warm light, you will feel very, let's say, it's gonna feel very warm there. And you have to understand that they will interact. They are just like super close one to another, and just to bring the colors to life, you have to put light there. And also related to textures, is not the same texture that might reflect the light source that you are putting in the space, or maybe that texture will absorb everything from that light. So you have to be careful and you have to think about that. If it's a new space that has nothing yet, like no furniture, no nothing, well, you can, maybe it's easier to think, well, what can I do? How can I play with both? But if you already have all the furniture and all the walls painted, you have to think right about what to do with that. And now we're going to see question number 6. Question number 6. What do you want to transmit? For each project, you have to think about what do you want to convey with it. Maybe you want to have a very warm and cozy and intimate place, and you want that people just feel relaxed and that they spend a long time in that room. And then you have to think that it's not enough only to have the colors and the textures adequate to create that environment, but also you need a good source of light. If you put a very bright and extremely white, almost bluish light, that will change a lot the aspect, that like would change the way that you want to transmit things. So think about that. It's super important. But why this is a question? Because you have to be clear about what you want to transmit, first of all, because if you don't know what you want to transmit, then you wouldn't know what source of light you should put, what type of light, how to do that. Let's go with the next question. Question number 7. What do you want to show? Having light, you know what it means? It means that you will be able to see. If you don't have light, you wouldn't see anything. So in this case, you have to think about what you want to show. It's very related to the previous question that what you want to transmit, but in this case, maybe you are thinking about showing something special for you. Maybe you want to show a piece of art. Maybe you want to show how's the table. Maybe you want to show something very specific. And in this way also, what do you want to hide? Maybe you don't like so much the finishes of certain areas, and what you do like is the other wall, so you put a very specific light there to show that you know that people follows the light. So you have to think about that. You have to show the person who is inside that space where they can go and what do you want that they could see in that space. So it's super important, super important. And honestly, when you are thinking about what to show, that makes way easier to plan the lighting for that space, because you already know what you want to show. So let's go with the last question. Question number 8. How much money do you want to spend on lighting? This is last but not least, definitely, because if you have a figure in your head, you will be clear about how much money you can spend on that. You need to have a budget. You have to think that that will cost, and you can have a very small budget or a very large budget, and then you could see which places are available for you to look for those types of lighting that you're looking for. Maybe you can have a light very luxurious, maybe a chandelier with crystals or something like that, that is really expensive, and that's what you want to do because it's what you had in mind. That's what will transmit your message. That's what you want to show. That's what you want. But you have to carry in mind that if you are going for that chandelier, it's going to cost a lot. Well guys, thank you so much for being with me during this video. Hopefully that this video and the previous one be extremely helpful for you. For me, it's like super important to have all of those questions answered in my mind before doing the next step. So thank you for being with me here, and obviously you can like this video, that will help me a lot, and you can subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.